Hello, everybody. My gosh, I didn't think I was going to make it. I'm 5 minutes late, and I am so sorry. Man, I've been running around with my head cut off. Today's been crazy, and I look terrible. I just got out of the shower, cut 2 yards today. I had work on the deck. And plus the wife does volunteer work. She made 80 baskets for this huge event that they have. As part of the Stroke Association. Anyway, long story short, she had to have those 80 baskets done today. She's been working on them for a month, and she makes them from scratch, and people bid on them. And as you can tell, it has been crazy, absolutely crazy. I had to do some inside painting and sheetrock repair. Not that you guys care about all this. I get that. But the thing is, man, that we rushed home. I hopped in the shower and here I am. The lighting's terrible. And we're talking a little bit about life here. We're going to get to the 90-day plan and the 90-day mini blast here in a minute. I've moved, as you know, first about 2 weeks ago, I moved the office around because we were running out of space. And then the lighting was all wrong. The lighting was great in the last setup, but the lighting, and I haven't had time to work on it. And then we moved another office upstairs, and the wife and I have our offices together. So I have an upstairs office now. I have a downstairs office, and I'm trying to make this my recording studio and really my main hub for business. And the office upstairs is more for personal. I'll do some podcasts and stuff from there as well. So the only reason I tell you that is because we just finished the upstairs office yesterday, and it's still in disarray. The file cabinets got to be gone through, blah, blah, blah. We all go through that, right? Neither here nor there. Here's the thing. I apologize because of the hectic nature of our reorganization. It, excuse me, spills into what we're doing here. A little bit of vodka here. No, I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. A little humor there. Let's all laugh, right? Okay, let's get to the subject at hand. You can tell I got some sun. Wow. Wow. All right. 90-day plan and 90-day mini blast. Why do you need to do these things? Why are these things important to you? Look, we all have to have planning. I really, as you know, don't like cliches, but here's the thing. If you want to make this business go, you have to have a 90-day plan. Okay? And here's the thing. You have to have realistic expectations of where you are now, where you want to go. All of you are at different locations right now in your business. Okay? You're going to have to sit down and you're going to have to look at what you want to accomplish in your business, period. Okay? Because here's why it's important. Everybody tells you that you can do this business in as little as 10 hours a week, and you can leverage your talents and abilities, on that 10 hours a week. And if you're consistent, then over the next year, you can do something special. Look, that is what they're doing, is trying to grab the lowest hanging fruit on a prospect tree. In other words, to some people, people that are on the 5 and below ambition scale that I talk about all the time, that I used, those people are looking for those kind of words. You know why? Because they want to do the least amount possible to make their business go. And they feel like that if they're being active in some way, shape, or form, if they're making some progress, then that makes them feel good on the inside, because guess what? They're actually doing something. They're actually building a business. They're actually moving forward. Well, I'm going to tell you something. That ain't the truth. Okay. The bottom line is they're just messing around. And I know I look really burned, but I'm not. I'm red because of all the heat, but I'm not burnt, just to let you guys know. Okay. So here's the thing. You want to make sure that you are committed to your business. You have to understand that 90 days, 90 short days can change your life if you do them right, if you take them serious. Here's the thing. You cannot go into this business half-ass. You have to go in it totally committed, take massive action, and do consistent, correct business building activity. If you do that over a 90-day period, it'll change your life. If you're with the right company and it's in the right growth phase, folks, the money that you can make can be unbelievable. You have to know what you're doing, why, and when. You can't just go out there willy-nilly. Anybody could do that. But you know what? The pros have a game plan from day one. When they join a new company, from day one, they know what they're going to do. They know why they're doing it. They know how to do it, and they get their butts in gear. You can never, ever, ever take away from a professional business builder what they have accomplished. Because I'm going to tell you something. I cannot speak for 100%. You know that. But I'm going to tell you something. The vast majority of the professional business builders that I worked with and were around, okay, because I've been around a lot of top-notch business builders. They were not in a business that I was in, but I was well aware of their success. The people that introduced me to them, I was very good friends with. I trusted them. I got to see a lot of the paperwork. So the people that I speak about are people that I feel totally confident they did things the right way, and that was through hard work. Nothing was handed to them, and there was a lot of heartache. There was a lot of trials and tribulations. There was a lot of moments when they wanted to quit. There was a lot of moments where they were so frustrated that they just thought, what in the world am I doing with my life? But here's the thing. They stuck with it. They worked around those problems. They got through it. And as you can imagine, they were so glad that they did, because they have an unbelievable lifestyle. I've been with them. I've been invited to the yachts. Okay. I've been down in the Tampa area. I've been to the large homes. Okay. I've been on the trips. I've been around so many of these people, male and female, so many wonderful stories, proven stories. And the thing is, without exception, they had a game plan. Okay. Yeah. Some of them went in blind. There's no doubt, but they put down goals. Okay. And they said, I want to do this now, not tomorrow. Almost there again, without exception. There were a few that said, when I first got in, they didn't know what I was doing. I was following this person, I was following that person, and they told me to take my time, but be consistent. And if I ran into trouble, give them a call. And I kind of floundered, and I really wasn't getting any momentum. I wasn't getting any kind of real success. It was up and down. And, I thought I was doing the right things, but I wasn't. And they got exposed to the real professional business builders who did what? They set goals, okay, specifically 90-day goals. And you say, Rob, why did you keep harping on this 90-day thing? Well, I'll tell you when we talk about the 90-day mini blast, which is a tactic that is used to create and make happen your 90-day goals. And there's a reason why you pick the 90 days. Look, if you're willing to put in the hard work, if you're willing to stay focused, okay, you're already doing the work. All you got to do is step it up. I know that's hard to do. Look, I had a family too, and I was out in remote parts of California, of the country, and I still did it. I had some of my greatest success in the most rural parts of the country. Now, I was in LA, and I'm going to tell you something, getting around LA was a challenge. But it was great because people were open-minded. There were a lot of people out there looking for extra money, looking to do this or that. It was a treasure trove of open-minded people. Okay, so I'm not going to knock that, because there was great things going on there as well. Some of my best times of my life were there, business and personal. So that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, for the effort that I put in and the return that I got, I will say that when I was in a more rural setting, I had, and there was no doubt, my volume, my income, everything was far better then. And that was a culmination, after I left LA and went to the rural parts of the country. That momentum that was created in LA continued on, but I added on once I got into the rural parts, very much so. So I was very impressed by the results I was getting but I didn't allow myself, this is not about me, but I didn't allow myself to look at my location and say, hey, this is going to suck. I'm not going to be able to do anything here. Why even try? And that's the way these people were. They said, I got out there and I was trying and I was half-assing it and really didn't think that I was cut out for this business, and I was really contemplating what I was going to do next. And I got around these professional business builders and realized the biggest thing that I wasn't doing is I wasn't really putting in that massive effort. I was taking the steps, and for the most part, I was doing the right things, but I really didn't put in that massive effort. And they would, I'd say, okay, well, what made you get into that massive effort mode? And they said, well, without any exception, which I already knew, without any exception, everybody that I talked to had 90-day goals. And I found that so strange because nobody had told me that before. And they would say, once I realized that I had to set these 90-day goals and then actually go after them, I realized I had to take massive action because there was no way I was going to achieve those goals with the work habits I had at that moment. So you can see now where setting these 90-day goals gives you a totally different focus, gives you a totally different motivation. If you're the type of person that is used to setting goals and achieving those goals, then when you set those 90-day goals, then guess what? You know that you're the type of person, you're going to take the actions necessary to get to those goals. See, it's self-perpetuating when you set those goals. If you're that type of person, if you're the type of person that's never set goals and really, or if you have and just not really accomplished much going towards those goals, you're going to have to sit down and take a hard look at yourself. Is this business really for you? Are you the type of person that's really going to take action? Because look, I'm going to tell you something. If you're not willing to work hard, and I mean work hard, you don't get this kind of money by putting in this much effort, guys. It just doesn't work that way. It's not the way God set up the laws of prosperity. They're going to be pretty equal. And the thing is that you have to be willing to put in the effort. You have to say, I'm going to achieve these goals. I don't care what I have to do. The caveat to that is this. I always tell you guys, do not lose your family. Do not lose your job in the process. There is a well-balanced approach to this. Yes, you can work hard. And more now than ever, you can leverage your time and your abilities and your talents. And what do I mean by that? Look, you have technology online, lead generation systems. We've talked about that can pump out leads all day long. And you should have multiple lead generating sources so you have a constant flow. And then you use the thing I always talk about, music to their ears message. And if you use that, you're going to sift through the people and you're going to find your leaders. Okay. Leveraging your talents and abilities. What do I mean by that? Look, because of technology, because of the tools that we have, and because of the fact that you have at your disposal now, through the internet and other sources, the ability to become a better speaker, to improve your confidence in yourself and in your speaking abilities, the ability to learn to speak clearly. And I don't mean pronunciation-wise, although that is vitally important, but to speak clearly what you're trying to say. Don't beat around the bush. Get to the point. Okay, and do so in a nice and professional manner. Now, here's the thing. Once you learn that message, and once you're willing to go after your 90 goals, you are taking massive action, whether you realize it or not, because you have this constant flow of leads coming in. You're now able to verbalize what you have a hold of, what you can do with them and for them and with them in this business model, and why your company is primed to create the possibility of wealth for everyone involved. Once you're able to get that message out there, then people will start being attracted to you because you're speaking their language. Now, that's what they did. I'm not trying to confuse you here. I'm going back and forth a little bit, but I'm telling you, this is what they did. They were taking a little bit of action. They thought they were doing the right things. They were told that it wasn't vitally important that they get out there and kill themselves. There are certain leaders that will tell them that, get out there and create a mess. And that's not the right approach either, but that's better than nothing. But the thing is that they go and they think they're doing the right things. They get around successful people. They find out that those people took massive action. They realize they're not doing that. And they wanted to know how these leaders got motivated to take this massive action. Some people, it was bred into them. It's the way they were born. Others said, hey, I had to set goals. I set goals for 90 days and I had to go after them. That's the type of person I am. If I set a goal, I'm going after it. And so anyway, obviously some of these people learned these things from these professional business builders. And you got to realize professional business builders have been around since the 60s. 60s, 70s, I don't know where they came from, 80s, 90s. Each generation passed on these basics to others. And I'm going to tell you something, they don't share it with everybody. I remember when I was struggling, I was like, why don't they tell us the truth? What's the magic bullet? Why am I struggling? I'm working my tail end off. There's got to be a magic bullet because I'm doing everything else. I can't imagine. Them selfish son of a guns, they're not sharing the secrets with me. I'm mad. I'm aggravated. I'm working my tail end off. Why are they not telling me? Folks, there's no magic bullet. But here's why they wouldn't share it with me, because I was not doing the right things. I had not earned the respect and the right to be around these professional business builders, okay? Now, the thing is that once you got out there and you proved your worth, you proved your abilities, and you proved your talent, your commitment and stuff, the word got out, then a lot of these guys said, well, invite them, because it behooves them to get around you, because the more you do, the more money they make. The more volume you create, the bigger their business gets. So it's not like it's an elitist attitude, but you have to earn the right to get around these people. And if you're just doing a little bit here and there, you're not creating any real volume. You might think you are, but once you really start creating some volume and getting the attention, it's like, who is this guy, or who is this woman? Why have I not met these people? Why have you not brought them around me? Why have I not talked to them on the phone? So the thing is that you have a situation where these guys, once you get around them, start telling you what really makes the business go. And that's how these people that I started the story with, that's how they learned. They had to do these 90-day goals because they got invited. Even though they were out there not really making real progress, they made enough progress to earn the right to get around some of these people. And the thing is that when they did, they learned what really made this business go. And that's when a lot of these people catapulted their businesses to incredible heights. I heard those stories over and over. I mean, I could bore you to tears. I'm not going to, over the number of people that told me the same story. And yes, they were obviously individually different, but the end result was the same. The journey was pretty much the same. I didn't know. I was doing the wrong things. I wasn't taking enough action. I didn't know. And then once they found out, they were the type of people who said, okay, now I know. Let's go. Let's make this happen. And that's where a lot of you guys are. So why set 90-day goals? Inherently, if you're the type of person that's used to setting goals and going after them, it immediately sets off this mechanism on the inside. It's a motor, it's a focus, it's motivation, it's pride, it's a combination of all those things. There's this synergistic thing that takes place in people that are the type that set goals and then go after them. And they're people who are go-getters. In other words, I set these goals. I don't want to drag this out. I want to get this done and over with. Even though it's a little bit off subject, today I had a list of things I had to get done. My week this week is super busy, and like everybody's. And there was no way. Today's Sunday, as you know, Sunday, August 18th. Hard to believe it's already 18th. Wow. And here's the thing. I knew that I had to get X amount done today. And we got up at 8 o'clock, slept till 8 o'clock. That is very unusual for us. We were wore out. Slept till 8 o'clock, got up a little bit panicked, had our coffee, sat on the front porch, talked, and visited. That's what we do. That's how we start our days. I usually like to work out, ride my bike and lift weights, things like that. Didn't do that because I didn't have time. I had to get my butt in gear at 9 o'clock. And folks, since 9 o'clock until 8 o'clock, literally 5 minutes after 8 when we started, I've been running my butt off because I had to get this list of things done. And I was not home all day, just literally ran. Why? Because I had goals and I had to get those done today. I couldn't put those off. There was no other day this week where I could get these things done. And so the point is that when you set goals, if you're like me and you say, I can't put this off, this has got to get done now, then you're in good company and you have what it takes to make this business go. So let's talk about the goals. Here's the thing. You need to set these goals and they got to be realistic. And then we're going to transition right now into the 90-day mini blast, because when you set these goals, it is in essence a 90-day mini blast plan that you're setting up. And you say, okay, what's important, Rob? What do I need to have as goals? Well, some people, let's look at goals in two different categories, okay? Some people are in a position where they need a new car or a better car, okay? Not necessarily a new one, maybe new to them, but they need a better car, or maybe they need an additional car. Maybe they have something they have to pay for. Maybe there's something that in their life that's very important to them that they would like to get taken care of. And if they were able to make these 90-day goals work, that money would go to that. So those are one class of goals, and they're more personal. They're not business, obviously, but they're more personal, okay? And that could be a great motivating factor. You're saying, look, I want to make enough money where I can get this car. I've got to have this. Or I need to, pay for this in the next 90 days, and I've really got to focus on making money to make that happen. Additionally, you have business goals, so you have personal and then you have business, and you can mix them up. There's certainly no reason that you can't. Sorry, folks. But anyway, here's the thing. If you're going to set 90-day goals, I can help you with that in regards to business, right? Personal, that's on you. And please include them if they are that important to you. But let's go to the business. And we're talking about now transitioning over in setting up a 90-day mini blast plan. Okay. Well, 90-day mini blast plan. Ooh, almost a tongue twister there. So here's the thing. If you're going to set up business goals and you're going to set up a 90-day mini blast, here's what is entailed in a 90-day mini blast. And it all starts with you putting down your goals. For instance, you need to have in mind the amount of group volume you want to create over the next 90 days. Okay. And all of these things you're going to write down are going to tie into each other. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a moment. For instance, 10,000 PV. You say, why did you say 10,000 PV? Well, if you're not familiar with it, network marketing, like most things in life, and I'm not into numerology. We touched on this in the past episodes. I'm not going to get into it deep here, but here's the thing. Everything in life is about numbers, period. And network marketing and business in general is more so. So here's the thing. 10,000 PV. If you were to say, okay, if I had a system that can create 10,000 PV, a business building system, which we do at the MLM very easy to do, very easy to implement, very easy to create the 10,000 group volume in 90 days. But here's the thing. If you create that 10,000 PV, here's what happens. You can look at any comp plan and say you're looking at joining a new company, or you just joined a new company, and you look at the comp plan and you say, if I, over the next 90 days, create 10,000 group volume, what am I going to get paid? No bonuses. No, don't look at the bonuses. Just look at straight cash that's going into your account. Okay. When you look at that, you're going to say, oh, man, that's really nice. If the company's legitimate and has a really good comp plan, then if you create 10,000 group volume, you're going to have chances are great that you're going to have a very nice paycheck coming your way. Okay. So you want to say, okay, as you're setting up your 90-day mini blast plan, I'm going to create 10,000 group volume by my 90th day. Then you're going to say, I know that width is wealth, and that's there again a topic for another day. In other words, that means there's more people that you can sponsor, the more wealth you can generate. Okay, in most comp plans, not in every one of them, unfortunately, because of the hybrids that are out there. But here's the thing. So you say, okay, I want to sponsor over the next 90 days. I want to sponsor 45 people, 60 people, whatever it is. Okay, be aggressive. Shoot for the stars. Don't cut yourself back. Look, if you put down 90 and you get 60, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be jumping up and down. Okay, especially if you get people that are on the ambition scale 5 and above. And I know I keep bringing up the ambition scale. If you're not familiar with it, then you need to be, because it's critically important to the type of people that you prospect. So let's stay focused. So you say, okay, I want to sponsor 60 people in the next 90 days. And you've got multiple lead generation systems bringing you leads on a consistent basis. You're using the music to their ears message to attract the high quality prospects to you that you need to make your business go. You deliver that music to the ears message. They're on a 5 and above on the ambition scale. You're feeling good about the people you're bringing into your business. Okay, so 60 people that you can personally sponsor over 90 days is a realistic goal, so you put it down. Okay. Additionally, you're saying, okay, I want to have X amount of leaders that I'm working with. Because just because you sponsor 60 people doesn't mean that all 60 people are going to do something. You're going to have a third that will do something immediately. You have a third that'll do something later, and you have a third that'll never do anything. There again, the numbers of network marketing, if you don't know what those numbers are, you need to learn them. And yes, we have that in other training videos. But here's the thing, knowing that, okay, I now have a 10,000 group volume. I want to sponsor 60 people, and I want to be working with 12 leaders out of those 60 people by my 90th day. Okay. And finally, I want to be making this much money. Now, if you're creating 10,000 group volume by your 90th day, you can pretty much tell what your income level is going to be. And that'll give you a little wiggle room. In other words, you can say, well, the company says that they're going to pay me $2,500 if I create 10,000 PV group volume or group GV group volume. And if I meet the following requirements personally in the comp plan, because some comp plans say, hey, you must be a sapphire and have 10,000 group volume and 4 leaders in order to get $2,500. Okay. And if you do the numbers are, and especially if you use the scale of ambition 5 and above, those are going to be no-brainers. They're going to happen, okay? They may not happen exactly on the 90th day. It could be the 85th day. It could be the 95th day. It could be the 105th day. But the thing is, the momentum that you create with your massive action, shooting towards the numbers that you've set for 90 days that we're talking about right now, will create that momentum, and it'll carry on past the 90th day. Just focus on the 90 days. If it goes past that, don't worry about it. If you fall short of it, don't worry about it. The bottom line is you want to hit your goals or get as close as possible. So you've set these goals. I'm going to be making this much money by the 90th day. I want to have this many leaders that I'm working with personally in my business by the 90th day. I want to sponsor 60 people by my 90th day. And I want to have 10,000 group volume by my 90th day. Now those, and then you can add your personal. I want to be able to be in a position to get that additional car or a newer car, whatever the case may be. I want to be able to go on a trip. I want to be able to pay a certain bill off, whatever the case may be. Now you've set these goals for 90 days, okay? And you're getting ready to start your 90-day mini blast. So now you have your 90-day goals. We started this broadcast talking about those 90-day goals. Why do you want to have them? Now you're going to learn why you want to have them. Now that you've set these goals, there is something that clicks inside. I know I touched on this just a moment. We're going to go a little bit deeper. Look, all of a sudden, you realize, you look at the comp plan, and you look at the fact that if you use the thing that I call the threshold of profitability, it's a number that almost every professional business builder uses and promotes in their business. If you don't know what that magic number is, you need to find it out. Yes, we have that in our training system, and yes, you can get access to it down the road. But here's the thing, we need to stay focused right now on what we're doing here. You have the threshold of profitability. It's implemented into your group. Your group is doing the threshold of profitability number. Your group volume is exploding as you're sponsoring people that are 5 and above on the scale of ambition. And because you're sponsoring high quality people that are 5 and above on that scale of ambition, you're sponsoring people that are more responsible and are willing to take action, and they're used to setting goals themselves and achieving those goals. These are people that are typically self-motivated, people that are used to accomplishing things, people that are not afraid of success, people that want more out of life, and they have the characteristics like you that are willing to go after and pay the price to get what they want out of life. That's the reason why the scale of ambition is so important, and the people that are 5 and above on that scale of ambition, because you will sponsor those kind of people using the music to their ears message that will attract those high quality leads that you'll sponsor, and that'll give you your 60 people. Now those 60 people, you're going to be working with 12 leaders, and those 12 leaders could cause a virtual explosion in your business. Now you're going to get excited because now you can see all this happening. Okay, you're sitting there day one. You just put all this down on paper, your 90-day goals, and you're going, I can see this happening. I can see how using the threshold of profitability, I have a realistic chance of creating this 10,000 group volume. I see where all the multiple lead generation systems I'm using, that I have a constant source of people coming through, and I need to sift through those people to find my 5 and above on the ambition scale and sponsor those people. And I now have the message, the music to their ears message that will have them on the edge of their seats wanting to learn more. And it's that message is chock full of keywords that will attract high quality people that want more out of life like I do and will want to work with me. Okay. So you see how all of this is working together in a synergistic way. So now you're sitting on day one and you're looking at all this and you're saying, I have everything. I have everything. Everything here that I have in front of me is achievable, and I'm using the basics of the industry, so I know they work. These things have been around for 60 plus years, so I can use these things with all the confidence in the world, without having any doubt. If I use them correctly and do it consistently, these 90-day goals are realistic. And then you get excited and that clicks. Now you're motivated. You don't need somebody else to motivate you. You're like, for the first time in a long time, or maybe the first time in my life, I have a realistic chance to do something special. Now you're willing. You're sitting up strong. You're sitting up high. Excuse me. You have a focus that you've never had before. You have a motivation level that you've never had before, because you see how all of this is real, how all of this is realistic, that it's possible. And you're saying, man, I'm willing to put in the work. And the great thing is you don't, with today's technology, you don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to ruin your marriage. You don't have to lose your job. You don't have to lose your friends. You don't even have to talk to your friends about this business if you don't want to. With the lead generation systems that are out there and all the various ways that create leads, it is amazing how many people you can bring to you without ever talking to your friends or family. And you know what? You shouldn't do that. To be honest with you, I teach people to build from the outside in. In other words, build from the people that are acquaintances and people you really don't know. And then the people that you do know and are close to you will say, hey, what's the change in you? Man, you got a new car. You're getting ready to get a new house. Where are you getting all this money? And then you can say, hey, let me share with you what I'm doing. You won't believe it. That's the way to talk to friends and family. It's not the other way around, starting with them first. Don't do that. Anyway. Okay, so you got all these 90-day goals. Now you're motivated. Now you're focused, and you see a realistic possibility. And when it's real to you, your motivation level and your focus level is a lot different than something that's abstract that you really can't grab onto. It's not concrete. It's not something that you can sink your teeth into, but now it is, because you have everything in front of you, and you see how it all works together, and it's real. It's solid. You're saying, yes, now I get it. All I have to do is apply work ethic. All I have to do is use these basics and apply the work ethic and just take massive action. Okay. And massive action, look, you're going to put hours in. I mean, there's no way around it, guys. It's like having a second job, I'm afraid to say. But if you're afraid to pay that price, I don't know what to tell you. Even when you have everything working for you, this is a tough business to build. You're dealing with people. You're dealing with numbers. You got to deal with people and work the numbers at the same time. If you don't know what the numbers are, you're at a major disadvantage. And I don't have time to go into it because that's not the purpose of the show. But here's the thing. Now you're getting ready to do a 90-day mini blast, and you say, Rob, what's a 90-day mini blast? Okay, you've done the most important thing. You've set up the 90-day goals. Okay, you get that. Here's the 90-day mini blast. You got to take consistent, correct business building activity over the next 90 days in a massive way. Okay, and then all you have to do is use the 5 simple steps. If you don't know what the 5 simple steps are, you've got to go there. 5simplesteps.net. Let me put that up right now. I'm so wrapped up in what I'm doing that I'm doing you guys an injustice here, because I'm not setting up the proper things for you guys. Here it is. 5simplesteps.net. If you go there, you're going to have access to the 5 pillars of the business building process. You're going to use these 5 pillars, these 5 simple steps even your mother can do over the next 90 days. From day one, when you start, after you put down your 90-day goals, you take a deep breath and I'm ready. I'm ready. What do I do next? Go to 5simplesteps.net. You're going to have a detailed page there. You're going to have a video that's going to be very revealing. Take pen and paper, watch that video, rewind that video, whatever you got to do, take notes, and start using those 5 simple steps immediately, because they make up the very basics, and they are the pillars of the business building process. You can't build this business without them. You'll see that. They're self-revealing, and they have 60-plus years of success of all different levels in this industry behind them. You don't need any false hype from me, and you don't need fake testimonials from people you don't know. I tell people that all the time, and I'll continue to tell people that. These things are self-evident. These are the things that you need to know. All right, so you set your 90-day goals. That was part of the first part of the video. Now you're doing your mini blast, because you set your goals and you say, okay, what's the mini blast? Well, from day one, it's massive action plus these 5 simple steps, folks. Just do these 5 simple steps and do them consistently and do them correctly. Do them in sequential order. If you do, you're going to be blown away by the results you get. Here is 5 simple steps up here. As you can, whoops, wrong way. 5 simple steps. I always get that reverse, because it is reverse. It's the opposite of what I think it is. Okay, so that little book right there is a critically important book, but there's more there at that page when you go. You're also going to learn about the 4 critical mistakes most network marketers make. Yes, even the veterans. Why is that important? Because these 4 critical mistakes eat away at the progress that you're making. You go to bed at night thinking, man, I had a great day. I made so much progress today. Well, guess what? If you're making these 4 critical mistakes, guess what? When you go to sleep, your business is going to go because you made these mistakes. Okay. Yes, there are challenges in the business, even if you don't make these mistakes. And yes, sometimes your business is going to go even when you don't make mistakes. But here's the thing. When you're making these 4 critical mistakes, the erosion of your business foundation is consistent. You work your tail off during the day, and at nighttime it's wrong. And your downline starts disappearing. You're like, what is going on? You wake up the next day, why? I did everything right. Well, you think you did, but if you're making these 4 critical mistakes and you're not aware of them, you're at a major disadvantage. You can do the 5 simple steps all day long. All day long. You can do those all day long, but if you don't know about the 4 critical mistakes, you're in big, big trouble. So you want to go there. You're going to find the 5 simple steps document. You're going to have the 4 critical mistakes document there as well. You're going to have music to their ears. The one I'm always talking about, that magical message that resonates with high quality prospects, 5 and above on the ambition scale. People that you'll have them. It's chock full of keywords that has them on the edge of their seat. Words that this music to their ears. They're like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I've been looking for. If this person's true, if this person's honest, if this person's not a scamster, then I think I might have run into something that I can sink my teeth into. This is exactly what I've been looking for. And they're waiting for you to give them more information. Okay, these people will be attracted to you because you have the information they're looking for. You have the knowledge that they're seeking. You have the opportunity that can help turn their lives around. You have all the cards. You just don't realize it. Thing is that you have to utilize the cards that are dealt to you, and you have aces, folks. No other business model outside of the entertainment industry and the music industry can provide everyday people with the quality of life improvements that this one can. More income, better lifestyle, and more personal freedom if this business model is utilized correctly. Believe me, this business model can be a master, a mean master, if you don't build this business right. If you want to sit on the beach and drink drink drinks out of a coconut, guess what? You can do that. You can have a business that runs on its own. And that's what this industry is famous for and is known for. How you can walk away from your business and continue to get checks each and every month. But you have to know how to set it up. If not, you're going to be a slave to that business because you don't want to lose that income, and you're going to put in 20-hour days. How would you like that? How would you like to give up an 8-hour day job to go to a 20-hour day job because you're scared to death to stop making that kind of money, the money that maintains your lifestyle? Okay, I've seen people that are slaves to their business because they built it wrong. They didn't do it right. So the bottom line is that these 5 simple steps right here make up, they're the 5 pillars of the business building process. If you utilize them correctly and do them correctly, in combination with your pre-established goals on the 90th day, you are now officially doing a 90-day mini blast. What you have to do, the only ingredient left, and I'll make a chart for this. The only thing that's left is for you to apply massive action. Okay. And that sometimes that's going to mean that you're going to have to put in 6 hours, 8 hours, maybe 10 hours. Sometimes you might only have to put in 4. Every day is going to be different. Some days you can put in 4 hours and get 8 hours worth of production out of those 4 hours. I've had days like that where you're just cranking it, for whatever reason, everything's just coming together and just bam, 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 bam. You sign up, 7 or 8 people in one day. And then there's other days you don't sign up anybody. And then there's other days you'll sign up 3 or 4 and you work your tail end off. You put in 8 hours and you get 3 or 4 people, and then some other days you put in 10 hours and get nobody. You just don't know, but you have to be consistent. You have to shoot towards those 90 days. You have to say, okay, today sucked. That's okay. I did all the right things, because I used to sit down and review. Did I say the right things? Did I do the right things? I wasn't perfect. I wasn't trying to be perfect. What I was doing is being consistent and correct. Okay. And so I would sit down. Did I do the things right? Did I say the right things? Did I follow up correctly? Did I follow up in the proper time frame? Did I ask the right questions? Hey, are you ready? You've got everything. I mean, I would sit down and go over. And, after a while, you get used to it. You don't want to be complacent. You don't want to get complacent as you go along and get more experience behind you. But at the same time, it never hurts to self-reflect, especially if, you have to say, okay, am I talking to people that are 5 and above on the ambition scale? Maybe they've got me fooled. Maybe these people are pretending to be 5 and above, But the thing is that if I'm not asking the right questions when I meet them, what do you do for a living? Did you go to college? Did you own business? These are indicators that they're 5 and above if you ask the right questions. So if I'm not doing that, then I'm falling off the track. I'm not doing the correct business building activity. Remember, I'm always telling you, consistent, correct business building activity is what is going to get you massive action. And what you do, your downline is going to do. So it was vitally important to my success and my downline success that I review what I was doing to make sure that I was doing what? The 5 simple steps that I talk about right there. And that is up there. Okay. Got it right that time. I'm pointing it in the right direction. You see that? Okay. Look, you need to have the information. Here's the thing. When you go there, you're going to get access. You can get a lifetime membership to the 5 simple steps right there for just $19.95. Okay. You can't beat that. You got a 30-day money back guarantee. You can't beat that. Look at the information you're going to get access to. And plus, additionally, there's a process of setting up the proper foundation that you apply these 5 simple steps to. Okay, you set up a foundation, and then you start doing the 5 simple steps on top of that foundation. And I'm telling you, if you do that, your business can go straight up like a rocket. You know, you may start to struggle a little bit at the beginning, but then one day it goes bam. And I mean, it just goes boop. And it's an incredible ride. You know, it's an incredible ride. Somebody, when I first joined network marketing, told me, said, well, hey, it's like pushing a boulder up a hill or a mountain, whatever. And because the boulder's so big, you can't see around it. So you don't know how much further you have to push that thing up that hill. But here's the thing. Once you get it to the top, if you're persistent and you keep fighting and you get that boulder to the top, once you push it that extra 2 or 3 inches, it goes over the edge and it's on its own. And it's like, whoosh. And you just stand at the top and watch it. Well, your business is the same way. You keep building, you keep building, you keep building. Because look, this business is all about leaders. The more leaders you have in your business, the bigger your business is going to be, the more efficient it's going to be, the more effective it's going to be, the more stable it's going to be, and more importantly, the more profitable it's going to be. So here's the thing. You could have a business, which I have a slide for that as well, and I'll show you guys. I call it Mr. Red and Mr. Green. But you could have a business and you both could sponsor the same amount of people. But if you're not using the threshold of profitability, and if you're not doing consistent, correct business building activity, and you're not doing some of the other basics correctly, Mr. Red is going to be working as hard as you, but making a third or maybe half of what you're making. So they're working their tail end off and making half of what you're making because you're doing the right things, you're using the threshold of profitability, and you're consistent and correct in your business building activity. And they're not. So they're making their journey harder. They're making it harder for their people to stake around in their downline because people are not making money and they're working too hard for pennies on the dollar. And they're saying, this is not what I signed up for. You, on the other hand, teaching people how to maximize the money-making opportunity the company's providing all of you. You teach them how to maximize their group volume. You're teaching them how to use the threshold of profitability to make everybody profitable. You're teaching them all the correct things to do in the business building process. So they're motivated, they're focused, they're getting results, they're excited, their income's going up, their group volume's expanding, their lifestyle's getting better, they have more free time, and they're grateful. So they're like, I'm not leaving. I'm staying in Rob's organization. The guy was right. He told me from the beginning, he knew what he was doing. He told me he had the business building system. He told me, hey, all you got to do is these 5 simple things, do them consistently and apply massive action, go after your 90-day goals. And I did those things and look where I am. I did the things he told me to do. He was right. This is all the basics. And all I did was just follow what he said. Okay, so let's finish this off. Why does a 90-day mini blast necessary? Why is it so imperative to your success? Here's the thing. There's a lot of intangibles that take place in order for you to develop a business that will live on its own and pump out money to you for years to come. And there's professional business builders to this day that have these huge organizations and they're making millions. I kid you not. It's unbelievable. So here's what happens. When you start that business building process, there are a lot of synergistic things that take place, not only in your business, but with your business and your downlines businesses as their individual businesses are growing within your organization. And the company's growing, it's going through its explosive growth phase. There's all these synergistic things taking place, things that you cannot duplicate, things that you cannot generate on your own, things that have to have all these individual players, and they all have to come together at this special moment, and all of them have to work together in this very dynamic way. And it all depends on the company doing its things right and you doing your things right and your downline doing their things right. And if you teach the basics, you will. That'll be natural. That'll come. So don't worry about that. But here's the thing. If you want to be able to have a business, big business, that you can walk away from and get checks for a number of years, maybe for the rest of your life, here's the thing. You have to create momentum where you're pushing that rock, that boulder up the hill. And you're thinking, man, am I ever going to get over that hill? Am I ever going to get momentum in my business? You don't know how many leaders it's going to take in your business. For me, it could be 28. For you, it could be 14. For me, it could be 18. For Tom or Mary, it could be 35. It all has to do with the quality of people they sponsor in their business. And it all has to do with the example that they set themselves. There's so many different dynamics that come into play. But if you do the right things, you do the basics, and we teach the basics. If you do the basics, believe me, you will attract like-minded people, people that will work as hard as you do, that are focused like you. You'll duplicate yourself over and over and over in your downline, and you'll have many yous out there where they're going to do the same thing that you're doing, and that is the basics. And you're going to have a stable, strong business going to pump out cash and pump out volume almost on a weekly, very least monthly basis. So you have all these synergistic things coming together, and they're all working towards that peak and that mountain. And then once that excitement in there's excitement in your business, in your group, because there's pin rank advancement and it's being promoted where everybody else in your organization hears about all these new pin ranks. There's new checks, big checks coming out. There's new lifestyles that are being created. There's new cars that people are buying, new homes they're buying. Husbands are coming home, wives are coming home. And there's all these trips they're taking. All of these exciting success stories, whether they're small or big success stories, guess what? They have this intrinsic value to them that causes this bonding amongst everybody in your organization. And this thing that's happening is that the belief level in what Rob is telling people, do the basics, do them consistently, do them correctly, stick with the basics, shoot for your 90-day goals, apply massive action. All of that, people are starting to believe in because they hear these success stories and they see people going across stage with new pin ranks, and they hear about their checks and they see the new lifestyles they have and how different they act and look. And so they're all these things, these success things are real to them in your downline, and they're saying they're doing it. I can do it too. And so you have this energy and this excitement within your business that you as an individual, me as Rob Cuddy, cannot create on my own. I just set the example by doing what? Doing the basics and being consistent in my correct business building activity. And so that way, if somebody comes to me in my downline and says, Rob, this is not working, and I ask them the following questions and find out that they're not doing the basics correctly, okay? And I can say, hey, I'm doing them. Even though I'm making all this money, even though I don't have to do them, I'm doing them every day. I'm still doing them. Why would you not do them? Okay, they work. I'm living example. And what I'm saying is I can hold their feet to the fire, not that I'm their boss, but I can hold their feet to the fire to help them out and say, look, they work. That's why I keep doing them. Why did you stop using them? You've got to go back to the 5 basics. Well, I didn't think, well, whatever. Get back to the basics. Quit messing around. You've got it, man. You've got it. Keep going. Get back to the basics. You don't let your momentum die. So here's the thing. All of that, even that example there, is all part of the success story that's taking place in your business. And your business will start out like this, and then it'll get like this, and then it'll get like this. Yes, you're going to have dropouts. Yes, you're going to have people that are mad for whatever reason. Yes, you're going to have people that say, oh, this is a scam. All this is bullcrap. All the other. You know what? Move on. Let them have their say and move on. And you know what? They'll filter themselves out. But the thing is, you're going to sponsor more and more people. They're going to be willing to do the basics. They're going to follow your example. And then, boom, all of a sudden, the rock has gone over the edge, and it's going down on its own. You no longer have to recruit anybody. You can be a figurehead. You can stick your head out there every once in a while. You can go to a live event if you so choose. You can do conference calls. You can have retreats for your leaders. You become more of a figurehead, an important figurehead, okay? Because by the time that your business is running on its own, you've duplicated yourself. In other words, there's other people out there that now have businesses that are doing 100,000 group volume a month, okay? And maybe yours is doing 300,000 group volume a month. And now that you have multiple people that have organizations that are doing 50,000 group volume to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, there's no sense in you recruiting anymore. There's no sense in you doing any more business building activity, because the pay plan is not going to pay you any more than what it's already paying you. Now your job is to be a figurehead, not a boss, a figurehead. You know, unless you got somebody out there just being a real ass and passing along rumors about you or about this or about that, and they're real cancer, well, you call them on the carpet, because that's your business. And yeah, they've got their own business. Well, guess what? You can tell them, because you're so big, you can tell them, say, look, take your business and go someplace else. I don't need you. You're a cancer. You're lying. You're out there messing things up, and you can go do that someplace else. You're not doing that in my organization. And a lot of times you can call the company in and have them expelled. And but that's, another story for another day, one that's not very pretty, but it does. Life happens, folks. Things like that could happen. But we're not going to end this on the negative, because we got all the positive going on here. Here's what I'm saying. You have a situation where each and every day that you're doing positive business building and correct business building activity, and you're doing it in a consistent and massive way, your business is going to do that because of the excitement, because of the success stories, because of the pin rank advancement, because of the growth of the company going into new countries, because of the new products the company's coming out with, because of adjustments to the comp plan to make it even more profitable. Whatever positive energy that's taking place, not only in your organization, but also in the company, all of this synergy is working together to cause this explosion. And you've got to be able to be a part of that by doing what? The 5 simple steps right here. The 5 simple steps. They make up the pillars of the business building process. They are the basics of this business building process. Folks, if you do that and you do them consistently, you do them correctly in sequential order, guess what? You are on your way. All you got to do is find people 5 and above on the ambition scale, and all you have to do is deliver the right message, which is music to their ears, and you'll attract the high quality people that you need to make your business go. You're going to be speaking their language, and that's what you want. So, okay, so you're saying, okay, Rob, that's cool. All right, so where do I get this? Well, look, we have a number of different things that you can go and look at, and here's what I'm going to suggest that you go and do. If you go to this page right here, you're going to see all the products we have, including the Zero to Networking Hero business building system. Okay. In the very near future, I'm going to be offering a very big discount on that, and you're going to love it. And that business building system includes everything, down to the minute details of how this business works. In other words, it's a reference material, gives you a step-by-step guide on what exactly you need to do and when. And it is amazing. All the things, the threshold of profitability, we talked about that. Music to the ears, we talked about that. Network marketing, it's a numbers game. All of that is in there. You must know the numbers of this industry. For instance, as I close, here's what I'm saying. If I go to join a new company, because of my past experience, I can look at the comp plan, and I can look what the company's doing, and in the product line, and I can say, okay, I need to sponsor, I'm going to throw the number out, 60 people, like I did before. If I sponsor 60 people, I know that within 90 days, I can create at least 10,000 group volume. I can look at the comp plans. If I do that and I teach my downline to do that, not only am I going to be making that, but they're going to be making that too. And that's going to solidify my new business. And I'm going to find my core leaders that help get my business off the ground the first 90 days, because I can show them how they can make this 10,000 group volume like I'm creating in the first 90 days as well. Okay. So the thing is, I know the numbers. I know 1/3 will now, 1/3 will do it later, 1/3 will never do it. So I know I know what third to focus on. Okay. In the beginning phases of my business in the first 90 days. You see what I'm saying? I know all these numbers, and network marketing is full of numbers, and they're important. They're vitally important. The threshold of profitability, vitally important. Why would I work my tail end off to get pennies on the dollar when I can maximize the money-making opportunity the companies provide me? All of that is available in the Zero to Networking Hero business building system. That encompasses everything. You say, okay, well, what does the 5 simple steps do? The 5 simple steps is the 5 simple steps of the business building process. If you did nothing else but did do those, you're well on your way. Are you going to need to know the other stuff in the Zero to Networking Hero business building system? Yes. You're going to need to know the numbers of the network marketing. You're going to need to know the threshold of profitability. You're going to need to know is the product really your product? You're going to need to know, do you focus on business builders or customers? How do you get customers? How do you keep customers? You're going to need to know all of that. But that's not included in the 5 simple steps, but it is included into the Zero to Networking Hero. Okay, if you go right there, go there to that web page right there, you're going to see all of our products. Okay. And just to let you know, we have a super PAC. You can see it right there. The super PAC, what is that? Well, it's nothing more than if you have already a firm understanding of how this business works and you need to take your business to the next level, the super PAC is for you. Now, the Zero to Networking Hero has all the same ingredients, same things that the super PAC, but super PAC is more condensed. It's not as expansive as the Zero to Networking Hero information. Okay. The thing is that you're, our main website, TheMLMSolution.net. And if you want to find out where we are, what's going on, all you have to do is go to there and you'll find out we have our blogs there. We have a lot of great information there as well. And what not to do in network marketing. People say, what is that? What is that? Well, what not to do in network marketing is this book here. This is what got it all started. Okay. Right there. That what not to do in network marketing. It tells you what not to do in network marketing. It tells you what to do in network marketing. What's the power of that? You become a focused business building machine that's avoiding the mistakes and the pitfalls that this industry has. When you know about potential problems in advance, you can overcome them and avoid them altogether. And if you're fortunate enough, avoid them is what you want to do. But the thing is, you have a what not to do paragraph, and right after you have a what to do paragraph. And then it's 146 of those things. That book is written where it's easy to read and it's not 9 miles thick. Okay. 146 examples of things that you need to know about in this industry to help you become that focused business building machine where you're aggressively making progress towards your 90-day goals. Okay. Here's the thing. Let me give an example. Your parents tell you as a young one, do not cross that street before you look both ways. What's the what not to do? The what not to do is do not cross the street. Until what? What is the what to do? Look both ways. That's a real life example of the power of a what not to do working hand in hand with a what to do. And it saved a lot of people's lives. Just doing that basic thing, looking both ways. Guess what, folks? What not to do in network marketing teaches you a lot of things about this industry that you need to know about. Okay, and I want to overwhelm you. It's all you have to do. You can read that whole book in one afternoon. It's that easy to read. But here's the thing. It's a reference material. You keep it at your desk. And if you ever run into a problem, you say, I saw that in the book. I'm going to read it real quick. I'm going to find out. It has a lifetime membership. It has all kinds of information in there. It's a wonderful treasure trove of information that'll blow you away. It's got 146 MP3 audio files as well that have real life examples that complement, clarify the 146 written paragraphs. And you can't beat that. There's videos. I mean, there's just all kinds of content in there. You'll be blown away by what's at your fingertips there. So the bottom line is that you have if you go to the products page, you're going to see the what not to do in network marketing that you see right up there. Yep, right up there. You're going to see the Zero to Networking Hero. Once again, you're going to see right there, the Zero to Networking Hero business building system. Okay. And you're going to see the 5 simple steps. We already talked about that. That's powerful. And there's the 5 simple steps also has video and audio. And so does the what not to do, as we told you. And there's the super PAC right there. Sorry about that. Oops. Super PAC right there. And guess what? You're going to have coming soon a lead generation site. Yes, I'm in the process of working with some people, and this lead generation site I had it years ago. It blew me out of the water with the results it got. I've had people from across the world begging me to bring that back. And technology back then would not allow it, but now technology has evolved enough to where I think we can handle the traffic, we can make it secure, we can replicate it, and that's really exciting. I got my fingers crossed. Another thing that's coming very soon, you're going to see it here. I'm going to be writing a book, MLM Sucks. Okay, and it does. You know why? Because people are out there teaching the wrong crap, and it does suck when you're doing the wrong things and you go in it with high hopes, and then you're let down because people are lying to you and misleading you and not teaching the right things. It does suck. It sucks big time. That's going to be coming out soon. That's going to be very powerful. And here is this as well. Okay, this is network marketing, facts, fiction, and myths. I'm going to be dispelling a lot of stuff, as you can imagine. People are not going to like that book either. People didn't like What Not to Do in Network Marketing because of the things it revealed. It was controversial, it was eye-opening, it was revealing, it was empowering. And a lot of leaders do not like it because they don't want you to know what's going on. They don't want you to know some of the things that happen in network marketing, because if you did, you wouldn't join their business. And they don't like that. And I don't blame them, But you know what? You have a right to know the truth, right? So that's what you'll find at the products page. And that's what's coming very soon. The lead site, the MLM Sucks book, the network marketing myths, facts, and fiction. That's going to be a good one too, man. So a lot of great products here to help you guys out. There's a lot of wonderful things going on. You guys have at your fingertips a treasure trove of information that can help you out. Look, go to 5simplesteps.net. At least start there. It's only $19.95. You can't beat that. You can't beat the 5 Simple Steps for $19.95. You're going to get all of that information that is going to be imperative to your success. And guess what? If you like that, then you'll say, hey, maybe I need to get the Zero to Networking Hero business building system too, because this is really proven to be outstanding and I need that other information as well. If that's the case, guess what? We might be able to help you out and save quite a bit of money when you make that purchase. Here's the bottom line. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee on any product you get from us, no matter what. If you don't like it for any reason whatsoever, you call us, you contact us, bam, your money's back. I don't want you to have something that you don't like, that you don't feel is going to help you. And you know what? You can keep the product. You don't even have to send it back. So here's the bottom line. You have nothing to lose. Folks, I want to thank you so much. As we close, remember, setting 90-day goals is imperative. Make sure you set them. You got to set them and be realistic, okay? At the same time, you want to make them a little bit challenging. Don't make them out of reach. Don't be crazy about it. But I gave you some examples, okay? And a lot of times my goals that I set for 90 days is dependent upon the company. And it's just experience. When I look at it, I say, okay, I've seen this before. This got real potential. I can really shoot for the moon here. Or I say, run into another company, say, I'm a little bit leery about this. I don't know. And it's not that I'm scared. And it's not because I'm going to scale back. I'm a very aggressive person. But here's the thing. I'm also a realistic person. If I look at a company and say, I don't know, that doesn't look too good. This could make it. I'm going to give it a shot. But I'm going to set my 90-day goals a little bit less because I don't know about this. I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. And if the first year turns out good, then I'll do another 90-day blast. You see what I'm saying? So it's all based on the numbers that you pick and that you put down are going to be based upon what is realistically possible with the company that you're with. I'm aggressive. I always go for the moon because that way if I fall short, I'm still way ahead of my original goals. But you do what you want. That being said, you set those 90-day goals, then you apply the 5 simple steps and then add your massive action to these 5 simple steps that will catapult you towards your goals that you set, your 90-day goals. You are now doing a 90-day mini blast. That's what you're doing. And you know what? It creates all that excitement, it creates all that momentum, sets a wonderful business foundation that can catapult your business to incredible heights over the next year or two. So there's so many positives that come out of doing a 90-day mini blast. And it's so simple. As you can tell, it's nothing hard. You set your 90-day goals, you apply the 5 simple steps that make up the business building process, the 5 pillars of the business building process, and then you just add nothing more than massive action, and folks, you're on your way. It's that simple. Don't make it complicated. Don't make it hard. There is hard work involved. There's hours going to be put into this, but the rewards can be absolutely amazing. All right, we've gone for an hour and 10 minutes, and it's longer than I normally like. But there again, I always want to make sure that you guys get the proper information so that you have a realistic chance of doing something special. You guys have a blessed day. I wish you the absolute best in whatever you choose to do. Look, if you're having a positive impact on this world and other human beings, then you're doing the right thing. I hope that you and your family benefit from whatever you choose to do. It's awesome that you are out there looking to improve your lives. I hope that you can find that in the network marketing business model, and I hope that we can go along with your journey, because we know that we can help you if you'll allow us to help. Just give us a shot. You have nothing to lose. Take care, guys. We'll see you next week, which is going to be the 25th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please share these videos. Please share this information with others. Let other people know about what we're doing. We'll get this message out there. We want to help as many people as possible, right? Make this world a better place. When you're happy, the world can be happy. When you're free, the world can be free. When you're able to help others achieve the same things, guess what? It makes this world a better place. When you have good, positive people out there having a positive impact, and those people are financially independent of depending on the government for anything, guess what? You are now doing our society and our world a world of good, right? So let's all do it together. Let's all share it together. Let's all build something special together. Once again, forgive me for the lighting. Forgive me for the studio. I know I'll get it right. I'll get it right. I'm not a pro at this. We've been working at it. We'll get the lighting correct. We'll get it fixed. All right, guys, take care and God bless.